are that friend that cares. We are Our Place Out Loud. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, here with a panel of wise and wonderful teens. And it's full tonight. I would say it's a full house, but then you might break up out into that theme song, and no one really needs to hear that. But we've got Will, Rhodey, Jake, Montana, Kiamute, Ryan, Nico. Are you shy? Ah, the hair toss. Nikki, who's over there? Olivia, Sam, and Devin. And that's all of the children that live in Sherman Oaks who are over at the studio tonight. So we promised that we were going to have Younger You Night, and we're calling it Younger You rather than Baby Picture because it's not always a middle school picture. It's not always a baby picture. It's just whatever Younger You decided to bring. And Jake, I understand you have queued up. I think we should start with some of the people that wrote in and sent their baby or Younger You pictures. Do you have any of those queued up? Did I? But I have a question for you. Did I label them properly? Oh, that's Jake.
Oh.
That's Younger Jake. Oh, is Mrs. Jordan Chris Colfer in there? Aw, how cute is she? Do you have Kimute?
I want to see this.
Yeah.
He just looks the same.
Epic!
That's pretty great.
He looks happier now.
He has not.
You told me you were
changed his
always that
expression.
tall.
He was always this tall. Yes.
When I first saw this one, I thought it was Jake.
Would you have? Yeah,
Did
Jake
you
used to
actually?
wear
Because
beanies.
you would be the person.
Well,
who actually
okay, I thought it was him for Halloween.
So you did think it was him.
All right. Do you have? Do you have? Because Will sent in a really good one. Will Mears.
I have some great pictures of Will on my phone.
So let's do before and after. Do you have the camera on, Will, at all?
It hasn't changed a bit.
Yep. There is. Will turned into a woman. That's pretty cool. All right. What about baby Ryan?
I have like a really bad middle school picture in there somewhere.
Oh, right, guy.
What happened to his legs?
All right. Yeah. So
Still had some growing to do.
really good doctors. So we're going to come back to more baby pictures throughout the rest of the show, but we're going to get into the meat of it. And you wanted to read this question, Will, from Alexandria the Great.
Boy Mears.
My boy. Oh, he needs a microphone. This is show business. Sorry. Yeah, it was a really good show until this happened.
Had I known it was going to be
We were
this
really
hard.
cooking along, and boom.
All right. All right, everybody.
Go-to thing, Nico, isn't it?
If we have technical problems,
He's got
what
it.
else can we do?
Go ahead.
So this one's from Alexandria the Great. I like it. Okay. I don't know what to do. I joined my school's color guard team, the flag twirlers at football games, thinking it would be a fun experience. Plus a few of my friends joined too. Well, we've learned the routines and everything, but I'm not enjoying it like everybody else is. It's really hard keeping up with everyone and everything. People have offered and tried to help me, but it just isn't working. I really want to quit, but I don't want the people on the team to think I'm giving up. This is the first time in my life I might actually give up on something. What should I do? Should I quit?
Should I
Or
stay or should I go?
Or should I stay or should I quit?
Ryan.
I think if it's really something that's not making your experience at school pleasant or it's bothering you throughout other times of the day, it's definitely something you should quit. I know it's sometimes hard to put something to rest and say, like, wow, I gave up on that. And in high school, plenty of people, like I have friends who have quit sports teams and like, oh, you gave up on the team, like you just couldn't handle it or whatever. But it's just, some things just aren't right for some people. And so if it's not right for you, you got to give up on it. I'm also... I can't take flag twirlers seriously because of one episode of SpongeBob where they make a band and the flag twirlers spin them too fast and they take off like a helicopter and fly into a plane or a blimp or something, and I can't. It's a blimp. So
I mean, it's a real and present danger.
I mean, if you spin them that fast though, that's impressive. Like if you're spinning them fast enough to fly, stay on it, Nico.
I'll take the mic now. I'm sorry, what?
He kind of
I didn't
does.
hear you. Yeah, I kind of do. It keeps it out of my head. Yeah, when you have a sport or something, it's really easy to feel like you really have to push on to the very end. But even when things get hard, if it's something you're passionate about, then by all means stay with it. You'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. But this really isn't obviously something you're passionate about. This is something that she seems like she's just wanted to try out. She doesn't like it. And you know what? It seems fine to quit. Just make sure after a few weeks of relaxing, you try to fill it in with something else.
I have a fun and enlightening anecdote.
All right, Weezy, I'll pass it to you.
So junior year, color guard, I was a wooden rifle twirler. Yep. And I remember the moment where the instructor said, "This needs to become the most important thing in your life." And I'm thinking, not gonna happen. I can't see this coming up on either a resume or job application or, and it just, I had other things to do. And I had gotten really good at twirling my rifle. But, once you hit that first football game and you get out there on that field, if you don't feel like supercharged, like, oh, I belong and I'm a part of something and this is really fun, there's no need to continue doing it. Montana.
Yeah, I think she answered her own question when she said, I really don't want to do it and I really want to quit.
And if she's never quit at anything else, that means she's not a quitter. And,
yeah.
and quitting at this means you could join the school newspaper, or you could learn an instrument, or you could spend your time not twirling a flag, which to me is time well spent.
Yeah. And honestly, where else are you going to use this?
It has to be fun in the moment, this one, I think. Unless you guys have spent a lot of money for the uniforms, in which case that's a conversation you need to have with your parents. Devin.
Oh. Well, to go back to what you were saying, for as far as the rifle twirling, you could use that on a resume if you wanted to be a Civil War reenactor. That might have come in handy.
I didn't think of that.
But also, somebody once told me, a very wise man said, those who can't do sports do theater. So maybe take it from a man who's in theater. Maybe you can have fun with that. So
Devin does do a lot of theater. And Keo, you had something wise to add?
I don't know how wise it is, but it's a story that I heard of my grandpa recently, and it kind of relates to this. It's a story from my grandma, and they were at a movie, and they were sitting and watching it, and he was like, "Are you enjoying this?" And then she was like, "No." And then he was like, "Okay, let's leave then." And then she was like, "But we paid for the movie and everything." And he was like, "So you want to waste your time and your money?"
Wow.
So, I mean,
it is wise.
That can be kind of applied to this. If you're not enjoying it, just go. I don't think you need to worry about being a quitter.
And you know what the thing with commitments is? It's like the question is, are you letting anyone down?
Yeah.
If you're not letting anyone down, and if there's other people there to twirl flags, then you don't need to twirl a flag. Whose hand is up? Olivia.
Somewhere in high school, I forget what year, I was part of the drama academy, which required you to dance, and we were in ballet, and it was time for us to go on point. And I did the first couple classes, where you're just like going up on your toe and back down, and you're really trying to strengthen your ankles. But it was really, really painful because I have really small feet, like already, and then just to be on an even smaller point, my ankles just couldn't handle it, and I could not continue in the class. And the teacher pulled me aside and she's like, "I'm very disappointed," and I'm just like, "Well, I mean, I have to do what's best for me here," and I think that's. You really have to do what's best for you. If you don't think that this is your time, being spent well, then you have to go on to something else.
Agreed. Do we have a phone call, Matt?
We do.
Hello, who's calling our place?
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. Jordan, Chris Culfer. Did you see your baby picture?
Yeah, that was actually from 2 years ago.
Well, you were really younger than you are now, and you were very cute.
Yeah.
Did you want to add something to the activities and continuing or quitting kind of debate?
Well, I'm on the female color guard at my school.
Right.
We don't twirl the rifles yet. I'm not this year. But I understand where she's coming from, because at one point I was doing really well, and I understood what she was going through, really.
Yeah.
But I didn't quit because I did eventually get back into enjoying it. But if she feels that she needs to quit and do something a little bit different, like theater, because I'm in theater too, so
right.
Why not?
Right. It's just
it's
really
always
about
good to do different things.
Yeah, it's about budgeting your time and making priorities, and these are things that all people you have to struggle with and give a lot of thought to. Don't make rash decisions or judgments. really put some good thought into it, which is what we're doing tonight. Kia Mute wants to say something.
And I was rereading this, and it says that they learned their routines, which means she put in the work and she learned it, but she's still not enjoying it. Usually when you're not sure if you're going to enjoy something, once you're able to do it, then you're like, oh, this is fun. But if she's able to do it and is still like, this isn't fun, then...
Well, what I've been telling kids that are involved in marching band or football or things of this nature is wait till that first football game and see how you feel coming out on that field and really being a part of what is a big night at your school, because it's really a lot of fun to take part rather than just being up in the stands. And so kind of wait for that and see if that isn't a wonderful experience. And if it's not, and if you'd rather just be with your friends over at the ice cream parlor talking about knitting, then, Ryan has something.
Yeah, and a lot of times people say, like, oh, being young is, and like high school, it's about having fun. And it's like, that can get misconstrued into making rash decisions and doing things that you wouldn't otherwise do. But it's mostly just about doing things you enjoy. So if you're not enjoying something, take that time and put it towards something you can enjoy and enjoy the opportunities you have.
Right, but keeping in mind that not everything is fun immediately.
Right,
The
that's
things
true.
that take the hardest work are ultimately the most satisfying. So it is something that you need to think over before you just say. But I like the way you said that you never quit anything, and that's excellent. It's okay to have one or two things in your life that you do, that you say, it's not really quitting, it's just I'm stepping down due to philosophical differences with the drill sergeant. We are at 888-531-7171, and you can have a nicely written press release about your decision to spend more time with your family. With the next question... Oh, goodbye, Mrs. Chris Colfer. We love you. Thank you for calling in.
Peace.
This is from I Don't Need One. My friend is very angry about her acne. I tried to comfort her and tell her that it would go away. We were texting. Then she started texting me angrily in all caps, repeatedly telling me I knew nothing. I don't know what to do. I just stopped answering. What should I do/say? So you know what I always say is, like, the second a texting conversation becomes even slightly emotional, say, let me call you, or let's talk tomorrow. You don't want to engage in agitation via text, because you were trying to help her and now you feel horrible. Nico.
Yeah, texting while agitated, you really can't get your point across, and they'll always take it as something that's bad. But in this specific circumstance, I'd say you give this person a day, and then you try not to bring it up unless you have a really good solution, because this is someone talking someone is frustrated right now. They're frustrated that nothing's been working. I mean, you have any experience with acne, Ryan?
I mean, yeah, a little bit, and it's one of those things that sometimes when you try a bunch of different things and it doesn't solve it, it's kind of like, why can't this just work? And it's something about, and sometimes when I have any issue that's going on with myself, I don't know why I can't fix it if it's me, if that makes any sense. It's me. Shouldn't I just be able to stop it from happening? It's part of me. But, I get mad at myself for stuff like that. So I think the best thing you can do is just comfort them. I have some friends who call me all the time for help, and I don't really help them. They think I'm helping them, but I'm just yeah, that sucks. And they're like, wow, that was really comforting. I'm like, what was comforting about that? So sometimes just reassuring them and just being yeah, I agree. That's tough. That can help.
Yeah, so I've been dealing with acne for a very, very long time. And it feels like you have one pimple and it's okay, not too big of a deal. Then you have a couple and it's oh my God, there's a neon sign pointing and all the little things coming up and popping all over my face. What you need to do is you need to be support your friend, and talk to them, obviously not over text, but there's a positive way. I've done this with a lot of my friends. We host facial parties and do regimens and stuff like that.
How
It's a way to
cute
deal
are
with
you
your
guys?
best friend.
That's so awesome. You should invite boys over. I bet they would
Nico,
really like it.
facial party.
Facial party.
Jake,
Okay,
you're invited too.
I want to say something about teens and acne, and this goes
It
for every
sucks.
teen in this room. This is about teens and acne. I literally don't see it. I expect you guys to have some, and I don't see it. I'm only seeing it now around the room because we're talking about acne, but honestly, I really don't think it matters. I know it's awful because at the most insecure moment of your life, God does this to your face. What is happening? But it's more invisible than I think you could even realize, probably even to each other. Kyo?
I feel like she might not really have acne, or it's that thing where you can't see someone else's acne.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And that's what made her upset, because it's well, who are you to talk it's just all going to go away. You don't have any acne. Like, that's probably what got her angry. And you just need to not take it personally and not get upset because she got angry at you, and just be like, I'm just trying to be your friend and be comforting.
And you know what? She was venting, and if you just kind of wait, she'll apologize or something. Whose hand is up? Olivia.
Yeah, I think the most important thing to remember here is that your friend's not mad at you. She's mad at her situation.
Very good.
And just let it blow over, and then, I mean, don't try to come up with solutions for somebody else's body. I think that's also really important because you don't know why they have acne, whether it's hormonal or clogged pores from makeup or something like that. So, like, coming up with solutions for your friend isn't probably going to be the best. Just be supportive and say, like, I'm here for you, and by the way, no one sees it. So,
right. What are you pointing at? There's too many people in the room. Oh,
well, I mean,
okay.
I'm starting to rethink what I was going to say because I
right.
clearly don't know enough about this. But when someone tells you angrily that you know nothing, and there are really, I think there are two paths you can take. There's the yes, I agree with you, I know nothing. Either in that, by doing that, you either don't respond or just say okay, and you leave the person alone because clearly they're emotional and they just want to. They don't need you to prove them wrong, which is. And then there's the other path you can take, which now I'm thinking. Originally, I was thinking, oh, maybe this is a good idea, but no, it's not the right idea. The other path you could take is proving them wrong and sending them a study or something that proves that eventually their acne will go away. You could do that, and that may
faces.
With some people, I mean, that may make them feel better because sometimes you need like official things to reassure you. I know I sure do. If I'm looking up stuff about just in general about life, how I live my life, I'm trying to make myself feel better about it. I look up a study if it says yes, what you're doing. I mean, if it's just like a generally accepted fact that something isn't going to be long term.
Research
or something.
shows you will not always have acne.
But there's something about research that's just accepted. But it really depends. I mean, this is your friend. You know her. If you think she's the kind of person who wouldn't react well to that, take the other path and just agree. You know nothing.
I do know nothing, and I know this is really hard for you.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You're right.
And just go with her emotions. Play
Mickey.
into it. Yeah.
I really don't think there's anything you can do, especially because teenagers are so insecure already, and then people are so irrational about the acne.
If you write back, you know what? It looks like the hormones are also affecting your moods.
Yeah,
not good.
I can't think of an acceptable response to
other than
something you can say
like
in
what
that text
Will
conversation.
Said. Yeah, like you're right. I don't know anything, and I'm
just
sorry.
agree and kind of move on.
Yeah, but was your hand up, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to get to a mic. This one, cool. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Will said you can say, "Oh yeah, right. I don't know anything," and then just end it. But you can also say, "I don't know anything. I'm just trying to help you," and then it comes across really well that like whether I know or not how to help you, I'm trying my hardest, and that you're trying to be you and them together against the world, not you versus them.
Right, and I and I love you, Mom, and I'm sorry you still have acne. Montana.
Oh yeah. So if she's this angry that she's like quote unquote yelling
Yeah.
over text, then there's no use rationalizing with it. Just be like, I'm there for you. I'm sorry you have acne. At least you don't have something worse. Actually, don't say that. People don't respond well to that. But I've done that.
You could
before.
have toe fungus, and that would be really bad.
I know. Well, that would be worse than acne. But also, the other part of what you're saying, never fight over text. Because one time, me and my boyfriend, oh, this is so stupid. But one time we had a big fight over text, and it was because it was basically because we were texting and we didn't know what each other were trying to say, and smiley emoticons just don't explain emotions.
The same thing happened to me the other day. I got in a fight with someone, well, it's not really the same thing, but I got in a fight with someone over text, and it turns out it wasn't even them who I was texting, it was one of their friends. Like, I got really mad at them.
See, that's why.
But it's just, like...
See, never fight over text. Just wait or call or wait to see them, because it's never worth it to fight over text. And also, there's so many things that can be taken out of context because
no. But the thing is, it's like
you don't know the tone of the voice.
It didn't start out as a fight. So the moment it starts to feel like there's emotions involved and it feels charged and you feel your face getting red,
back down.
Just stop texting, Olivia.
There was one time during my senior year where I was texting my friend because we were making plans, and I was in the middle of getting ready, and I sent back K as just like, because we figured out all the plans, and I never say that. I always like type everything out, and she like shows up at my house like 15 minutes before we were even going out, and she's like, "Are you mad at me?"
Wow.
I was like, "No," and I'm just straightening my hair, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, just you always, I don't know, I thought maybe you were just annoyed," and I was like, "No, it's fine, just come inside, shut up."
All right, one more thought from Keo, and then we're going to move on.
Just to what Jake said, I like totally agree with saying you're right, I'm wrong, but I'm trying to help you. Just technical change that I would make rather than saying I'm trying to help you, because I can imagine somebody being angry and being like, "Well, I don't want your help." Like if they're in an emotional
How many pimples
state.
do I have that I need this much help?
Yeah, I would say I'm just trying to be a good friend or something like that.
I'm just trying to be a good
One
friend. and I
pimple
care
equals
about
one person.
Or I'll listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're at 888-531-7171, and we are Our Place Out Loud here with a room full of wonderful kids. This next question comes to us from Anna Elaine. I hate school. I don't care what anyone says. I hate it. It's so stressful. I'm taking all honors classes, but one this year. I'm taking all honors classes but one this year, and I got all A's. At least that's how it's been in the past. Even if I have a B+, my parents will kill me. I'm taking geometry, advanced art, biology, language arts, honors, Spanish, and personalized PE. I thought it said personalized pie, and I'm like, that sounds like fun. You guys get your own pie. Which are all honors classes. I'm going to get so much homework, and I do cheer and gymnastics, so I won't even get to start until 9 o'clock. Please, I'm an 8th grade 13-year-old girl. Does anyone have any advice for how to survive? Maybe a survival kit/guide would be nice. So, overscheduled child we've got here. Ryan.
I have hated school since the day I was born.
Right.
And I've been overscheduled since the day I was born.
They shouldn't have sent you to school as a baby because it's too much.
But
Crawling down the hallway.
yeah, exactly. But I couldn't even write, and yet I was taking English classes. No, but the thing is, I think the best way to get through school and get through all these activities that you're crowding yourself with is just your mentality. There's not really any solutions that are going to change how the workload affects you besides the way you look at it. And it took me a long time to kind of realize that so many positive things in my life stem off of school, even if it's my friends who I've met at school. And then I think of it as like, yeah, there's a lot of homework, which is by far my least favorite part. But is it worth it to be making these friends and spending time with these people and being able to be on a cheer team for your school? You know, even that means going to school. And so sometimes there are not consequences, but setbacks that allow you to do things that are awesome. Montana?
When I was in 8th grade, I was kind of very much like this. Like, I didn't take as many honors, and I didn't do like cheer or gymnastics or anything, so I guess I wasn't that overscheduled. But like, I was really, really intense about like getting straight A's, like being the top of the class, and it was actually to prove a teacher I had in 7th grade wrong, who was like, "You're gonna amount to nothing." And then in 8th grade, I was like, "I'm gonna get."
To a student.
She was evil. She
Yeah,
was
I had
so
one.
evil.
That's a mess.
I hated her so
I had
much.
Mrs. Johnson in 7th grade,
Yep,
and
Randy
she said
Weinstein.
it would take you 5 minutes to tell me everything you know.
Oh my god.
That's rough.
And I was standing next to my desk, being made an example of when she said that.
My-
And she said, "I know your father, and he's probably ashamed of you."
Oh, wow. That's
yeah.
that's even further. That's too
That's
far.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, not
No,
that the
mine
rest of
was
them
like. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, not that the rest of the insults weren't too far, but that's
But
extreme
yeah, I mean,
level.
there's some crazy people teaching.
Yeah,
I had
like
a Spanish teacher who, like, sorry, I interrupted
Oh,
you
no,
again,
no,
but
I'm sorry.
I had a Spanish teacher whose Spanish teacher, when she was a kid, told her she would never amount to anything in Spanish, and now she's a Spanish teacher.
Is that like
That's
a
the best.
revenge sort of thing, or just
More like an
because she
equal
wanted?
sort
She
of.
just got really good at Spanish. Miss Pritchard, it was she just.
Did you guys
I
know
love
that
Dr. Pritchard.
Bruce Springsteen was told that he would amount to nothing and dumped into the garbage by his teacher?
He's
Oh.
my idol, so I mean, he's one of my idols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, teachers don't know. I mean, most of them are awesome, and
Yes.
teachers are my heroes. But occasionally, there's because of all of how difficult it is to fire a teacher.
Mhm.
There's some bad apples. Go ahead.
I had quite a few teachers like that, but like my teachers, like, you're gonna get like hooked on drugs and end up on the streets and stuff, just because I couldn't do math, because she wouldn't teach it to me because I didn't know how to do it.
Because
Yeah.
So you
So
would-
anyway.
instead of saying, "Okay, she's probably right," sad me, you went in 8th grade and said, "Boom!"
I
I'm
got
gonna-"
really intense and
Yeah.
like
That's
This isn't at all like what you should do if your teacher says that. But like I got really intense and tried to like be perfect at everything, and then I was a mess because I like didn't do anything that I liked. But I was really good at like getting straight A's on everything. But then sometimes you need to just take a break, or to get through all of your classes that one day. Like say you have all of your classes and then like cheer and gymnastics, like schedule like things that you like to do during your classes. Like what I would do is I would always fall asleep in science because it was always super warm in the science room. So instead of paying attention, I would like every 15 minutes I'd like draw a little thing, and that's how I'd get through science. And it's not, I'm not saying always do that, but it's not the worst. If that's what's going to help you get through the year, then do it. Schedule things you like to do, like maybe at the end of the day eat fried chicken or something.
But it sounds like her parents.
Not every day. Like if
don't
you
eat
have
fried foods if you have acne.
Oh yeah, that's also bad. But oh yeah. So anyway, to the end of it, just like try to enjoy yourself, like Ryan was saying, and also maybe talk to your parents about maybe your expectations for me getting straight A's aren't realistic, because I thought my parents were going to kill me if I didn't get straight A's, and then I accidentally like failed a class because my stupid teacher lost all of my work, and my parents were like, oh no, whatever.
Yeah, I think a conversation with your parents is key, because if they are this relentless, then you need to just say, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. We have to put a solution into place that gives me a little bit more room to breathe. Ryan?
A lot of parents care less than you would think about how your grades are, and sometimes when it feels like they're pushing you to do really well, they're just doing that. They're pushing you to do really well. But if you don't achieve that, they're not going to kill you. Like if I got like a still passing grade, but it was awful, my dad would probably just look at me and laugh. And like that's awful, but he just knows that like as long as I'm trying, and I'll be fine, and he knows that, and a lot of parents do know that. Nico, you'll be fine.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. Now, first off, are your parents like the stereotype Asian or something? Who gets mad over the B+? That's like scary to think about. What they've been saying before about scheduling some fun time, you cannot schedule sleep time with a schedule that has you doing honors classes, homework at 9 o'clock at night.
Gymnastics and cheer?
That's
too much.
You need to speak to your parents, and you need to speak to a counselor about transferring out of at least one of those classes and scheduling a little time for you to goof the hell off, or at least have some time to sleep. This is ridiculous. Shut up.
Do you want to call Nico? You should call her parents. Oh, because you've got.
You want to call them up? Yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Olivia wants something to say.
No, I was gonna say speak to a counselor, because usually if you're doing outside of school physical exercise, you can get out of your physical exercise requirement, which could be a study period, so you can get some of that work during the day done.
Creative.
That's usually really helpful, because that's probably about an hour, and you can get a lot done in an hour. Most honors classes I know typically give about an hour to 2 hours of homework.
Yeah.
So if you're in all these classes every day, you're going to be up until probably 3, and then probably have to wake up at 7 for school.
She may have to wake up at 5 for cheer or gymnastics.
I mean, I say speak to a counselor, see if you can transfer out of at least one of these classes, and definitely have the counselor speak to your parents about their expectations.
Well, so 8th grade, unless you're applying to another school,
it
doesn't. The only reason your grades really matter is for merit, your own merit. Thinking, I did well. But you said it yourself. You're getting all A's. Pat yourself on the back. You've been getting all A's for a while. But you got to realize this is way too strenuous for an 8th grader. I mean, come on. I mean, do it when it matters. I would understand maybe in high school, but if your parents, I think they are crazy if they're making you do all this. But if they're not making you take all these classes, give yourself a break. To drop something that's unnecessary. Take what you think is going to be interesting, and because you're sacrificing your sleep, and that eventually is going to take a toll on you when you get to high school, and you may even be burnt out and not want to do all that work by the time you get to high school and then college. So you got to think about the long term and how this could really affect your mental health.
It's not a sprint.
Yeah, exactly. It's a long distance
marathon.
Yeah, and the thing is, middle school is kind of just a warm up for the marathon.
Yeah.
I really wish someone had told me that middle school, unless you're applying to another school, like Will said, has zero effect on your high school career.
True.
I mean, if I had straight Fs in middle school, none of my teachers would know it. I mean, because I go to a different school, they would know it because I had to apply there. But in most circumstances, no one would know. And as far as what Olivia said about the free period or like taking a period off, definitely that's always useful. Just make sure you focus on that. I had a free at the beginning of this year. Will would know because he was in my free, and I just did not do anything that was like I just ate. So
a lot.
I actually gained a lot of weight.
All right, we're gonna show some more younger you pictures before we jump to the next question. What else have you got there? What have you got on deck there, Jakey? So that's Ryan. There's Ryan. And
there are some better pictures around of my bowl cut that I had.
Who's this? Oh, Montana! Look at you.
On my phone.
That looks like it. That looks adorable.
You
look at you with your bow.
Same.
Do we have?
Asians really don't age.
Do we have Nico? Football Nico. Look at football Nico.
Yeah, you're right. I do look better with my hair like that.
And that's
Yeah,
adorable.
Is that Pee Wee football?
Constipated.
And do we have sport?
He's pushing.
Do we have sport? So we have Sporty Squad Jake.
Oh, I didn't bring in my Jake baseball card.
Oh, you don't need it. Jake was involved in so many sporting activities.
Is that Khalil?
That Ryan, honestly, he's given up any of his hand in terms of making fun of you and your sporty squads.
Well, I've talked to him
This
about
kid has been on more teams.
Is that Paul in the background? That's Paul. Oh my God, Paul was my math teacher in 6th grade and he used to call us gremlins, and he would sing whenever we would take
Jakey,
tests.
the baseball one.
And
The
we
baseball
couldn't-
one looks like you were born to tee it
Your
up.
leg is so white it blends into your shorts.
Jakey.
Do you see that?
The baseball one.
This baseball one?
Yeah, that's
What a
what
stud.
Squat. Are you twerking?
That guy is comfortable on a sporty squad. Right there. He's twerking.
In all honesty, though, as a little kid, Jake is one of like the best little kids I've seen fit into a baseball uniform. Like whenever other kids wear them, they look out of place. He looks in place in that uniform.
really
like,
looks
it's
like he
reasonable.
was.
It's like football players in suits.
Well, the hat looks 4 sizes too big for his head.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we are Our Place Out Loud, and I am going to have you read this question, Nico, but it's a challenge because you can't make fun of the question because the question itself is a little bit peculiar, and it's.
Weezy,
I thought we would talk
when have
about
I
it.
ever joked around about something this serious?
Always.
Jay Boogie writes.
No, it's the.
You have one
Oh yeah,
chance
Jay
to
Boogie. Yeah.
disobey Wheezy, and this is your chance.
Wheezy's my idol. I could never do that. Jay Boogie writes, me and my girlfriend are practicing God dang, I screwed it up. Me and my girlfriend are practicing abstinence for religious reasons. We've struggled in the past with falling to temptation, but have taken strides to improve. I want to plan a night of intimacy without sex involving praying, slow dancing, a romantic board game, massages, and feeding each other fruit and chocolate, possibly blindfolded for fun. Do you think this is a good idea given the temptation, or do you think we'll be okay?
All right, so I struggled with whether or not this question was a joke, and I did struggle, and so if it's not, I do apologize.
I really
All right,
need advice on this,
so
Lucy.
do you think that at their place of worship they're being encouraged to replace sex with these activities? Please help me understand why, if you're practicing abstinence, you're going to be feeding each other blindfolded. Please help me. I need help.
It's about
Are you okay?
trust.
These days, it's more like anti being like the rest of the teenagers you hear about. Like, oh, they're always having sex. I'd rather be the one who's all pure and cool.
But then why do you need? Why not just sit and talk and read Harry Potter? Why?
Well,
why,
then you don't get to feature each other chocolate.
Montana needs to talk.
What is a romantic board game?
I play romantic
tell me
Dungeons
why.
and Dragons.
Well, so you haven't heard
That
of
one
Lake
gets so
House,
weird
the
so
game?
fast.
Have you ever played Strips? Sorry, it gets pretty intense.
Is that like
Every time you
Canadian
have to
strip
take
clubs or
off your
something, or
clothes,
what?
you-
You haven't.
Just
You haven't played the Notebook Life?
50 Shades of Grey, the board game. My friend almost bought that.
It's a real thing.
Is
Yeah,
it really?
All right. No, honestly
thing.
though,
Okay.
if so, let's imagine that the question is very serious, and they
bra
want
for
to
Boardwalk.
be intimate and have everything that. Let's imagine that they're over the age of 18, where sex would be a viable option with two people that are in love, and yet they've decided to not engage in sexual activity until they're married. Are these activities going to bond them as a couple, or just make it more difficult to be abstinent, Ryan?
I mean, look, you do you. If you like that, if that's what you want, go ahead. But I think that it's important for you to like realize what your limitations are. So if you do think you're going to struggle remaining abstinent during that night, it's a bad idea. If you think you can and it will be enjoyable, then by all means go for it. I can't get myself past the fruit feeding thing because another SpongeBob thing where SpongeBob's feeding Squidward the fruit off the vine because they think he's a ghost, and then he asks for a watermelon, so he drops a whole watermelon on his face.
Ryan. SpongeBob has nothing to do with life.
No,
the way
seriously,
The Simpsons does.
Seriously, no. I was at a this is a story, but apparently I was at a museum with my family when I was younger, and I pointed at and I was like little, and I pointed at some painting, and I was like, oh, that's blah blah blah, and they're like, how did you know that? I'm like, SpongeBob. Like SpongeBob has taught me so much. I don't know. But SpongeBob has taught me everything I know, and I'm sorry to say that I've learned more from SpongeBob than I have from school.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by SpongeBob on Nickelodeon, weekday nights.
The new episodes are bad though, so just watch the old ones.
Okay, so while we're all enjoying the comedic elements,
hey,
of
you know what?
Question,
you know what?
Leave her alone.
There's probably some sort of spiritual board game, Jesus and all that good stuff. But to address the actual question, if you're questioning whether or not you should do it, that gives you your answer right there. If you're having doubts, don't do it. Don't put yourself out
Yeah,
there.
abstinence is a very difficult road, and you're a stronger man than I if you can go down it. But
what are you saying, Nico?
I'm saying that you really don't want to tempt yourself further with this sort of thing.
You can't put chocolate in front of me and expect me not to eat it.
You can't put strawberries in front of me and expect me not to be in love with you. Like, come on.
Okay, Kyo, I'm sorry.
I was going to say basically what you said just now. He's asking, can I do this? No, because you're asking me if you can do it. It's too much temptation for you to handle probably because...
There might be a couple of things on that list that you can do.
That's true.
From separate rooms on the phone.
Yeah. Monopoly. I rolled a 7. Okay, I'm moving my thing. Okay, I'm there. I landed on. No, but I'm just gonna say that like sometimes things are challenging, but that doesn't mean you shldn't go for them. I know a lot of times we say.
You know how they could do this and stay abstinent? Do it with their parents.
No.
No.
I just so there's this whole category of like good advice we give on the show, and then there's like what Wheezy said and half of what Montana says, and that's just right there.
Wait. Keep going.
I think that he knows himself better than we know him, so he can tell better if he can handle it than we're ever gonna be able to.
I mean, if you think you're up for the challenge, go for it. But if you're not, don't risk it.
Montana.
And why would you want to just tempt yourself further with this? Like, if you know it's gonna make you like want to have sex with your girlfriend, and then you know you can't, it's gonna be like
no. But I don't.
Why
think
would you want?
I don't think that's what he's going for. I think what he is going for is if we accept that sexual intimacy creates a spiritual bond between two humans, that he would like to experience or create a bond that is stronger than what they already have with a kiss goodnight and not have sex. So I think what he wants to do is really have some meaningful interactions with the person he loves.
Yeah, maybe you should do those in public.
Like a hike?
Oh, that's actually
nice
kind of smart,
nature
though.
hike.
You like went to a park and played a board game?
No,
in front of everybody?
Yeah.
So everybody would witness
What about
if
you just
anything
do all of
happened?
these things but in public so you can't have sex?
You don't play the romantic part in public though.
Don't
Big
feed
Brother's
each other.
watching.
Like,
all right, we are at 888-531-7171. Howard wrote a word on the paper that is like a multi-syllable word, and my brain doesn't absorb it, so you're going to have to say it to me out loud. What was it? Oh, you say that, Jamie. That's not even a word. Like, how is my brain supposed to accept that word? It's not a word I've ever even seen before, let alone being a bad sight reader. What was it? Say it again, Jamie.
Monogamy.
Monopologamy. All right.
Name game.
Hey, Jake, do we have any more younger you pictures of Our Place users? I think we got Ghost.
Yeah.
Yes. Who's that? Space Ghost.
Space Ghost.
Cute, right? Cute. Look at her cheeks.
Aww.
Droopy.
She's a cutie. That makes you want a baby, isn't it?
Picture called wheezyoncard.jpg.
Oh, that's a good one. That's me on a car.
Good title.
And I like the .jpg part of it.
Wheezy,
Were you auditioning for Indiana Jones?
I was attaching luggage to the roof of a car in Winston-Salem or Hilton Head Island, somewhere.
Wheezy, when you talk about your
different
childhood,
state.
I don't think of this Wheezy. I just think of you with the smaller body and the same face. Same size head, too. The head doesn't
Do you
shrink.
have
just
the
rest
guitar?
of the
Is there a
body.
guitar picture on there? Like I'm carrying a guitar in a driveway, I think. No, I didn't get to ride inside the car, Jamie. Oh yes, that's us at the airport. Couldn't afford a guitar case, but I was on the road with my band, and that's my brother.
Cowsills.
That's my brother Craig. Yep. So I think that was where our parents dropped us off for the summer, and that was
the side of the road.
And then it came
This
back.
happened a lot.
We were on our way to Camp Lakeland or White Pine or somewhere far away where Mom and Dad got to sleep in. All right. So if you think you had an awkward childhood, look at Little Wheezy. This question comes from Nicole Babes. I was with a guy for almost 2 years, and it was a very immature relationship because we met too young. But there isn't a doubt in my mind that I loved that boy. We broke up 3 months ago because he cheated on me, and for the last month I haven't been able to give him another chance. I have been trying, thank you, Devin, I have been trying to give him another chance. It's like he doesn't even care. I can live without him. I really can. It would take a while for me to be happy again, but I can do it. I'm a senior this year, and I guess I just want to find my own happiness. I want to find myself. For the past 2 years, I have been basing my life and happiness off of him. I don't know where to start to find my own happiness. Devin's hand is already up.
Bro,
I
you
know enough
know.
about Devin to know he's in a similar situation. I did not handpick this question for you, honey. It just
Yeah.
happened. 'Cause,
I
you know,
wrote this
the
question.
universe has plans.
No,
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
I was with a guy for 2 years, and no, I mean, God, and you're a senior too. What I wouldn't give to be a senior again.
Senior.
I was in so many of those situations throughout high school, and even after high school with dating girls and them becoming my whole world, and a lot of things fell to the wayside of like what I wanted to do professionally and things of that nature. And yeah, especially if he cheated on you, like don't give him another chance. Forget that guy. There's a million guys out there, and you're only a senior, so you're 17,
Devin,
maybe 18.
there's like 7 billion people in it, so
Yeah,
there's more
that's
than
what I'm saying. A
Ryan
million guys
Single.
like in
than a
your
million
area.
guys.
And he's a
if you look
senior.
on any map.
Yeah, and so yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't give this guy. Stop giving him another chance and
But
to
how-
do yourself.
But how do you unplug and say, all right, I'm just going to spend a week crying, and then it's going to be all about me, and I'm going to learn how to yodel and raise a kitten, and because like
You just said it. That's what you have to do. You have
I
to
know,
spend
but
a
it's
week.
so hard if
and
you think
cry.
that the only thing is going to make you stop crying is a phone call from that guy. Like, how do you get to that place? I mean, it sounds good on paper.
Yeah,
how
no,
do you get
it's-
there,
it's-
Montana?
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Yeah, Montana.
Yeah, I mean, just what you said. You have to hole up in your room with some ice cream, maybe bring some friends over, and you need to, like, deal with it for, like, a week. Just get it out and make sure, like, you block his number or something so you can't, like, call him back or give him another chance. And then you just have to move on. It's not going to be easy. But I think by her writing this, it wasn't even a question of what do I do. It's I'm doing this. Help me just reaffirm that I'm right in doing this. And I think she is right in doing this. I wouldn't give him a second chance.
Yeah, this girl knows what she's got to do. She really just wants to be reassured about it. You can
Yeah,
see from the way
we're there for you.
she listed everything out. You know exactly what you got to do in this situation. Let me tell you.
Liv?
I completely agree with everything everybody said, but she did say that she's trying to give him a second chance, and I really think, and you said that he doesn't care. So if he doesn't care, then you really can't, because you're just hurting yourself in the long run. You said that it was like 3 months ago. Give yourself a solid 2 weeks. Like, that's what I always do. Whenever there's anything like super traumatic, even if it's like not a breakup, it's just give yourself 2 weeks where you allow yourself to mourn the loss of whatever happened. Surround yourself with friends and the people you love, and do things that you love doing, whether like just like if it's going to the park and sitting on the swings for 2 hours, just do that.
It's not fun. I've done it.
Yeah, it's just do that.
Yeah.
Just find something that you enjoy doing.
You could do that for like 10 minutes.
Nah, 2
And then
hours.
it's unfun. 2 hours? Well, with Sam or you, it'd be fun, because we'd swing. We wouldn't just sit. Like we'd really swing and then jump off.
Yes.
And into like a somersault.
I got the worst scraped knee
Uh-oh.
after jumping off. It was like I was at a summer camp and like the gravel was in the. You know when that happens?
Yeah.
I was playing dodgeball once at my boarding school, or not dodgeball. Sorry, we were playing kickball. But someone threw the ball at me at my feet to get me out, and I just like upended and like landed on my hands, and there was gravel. Like,
Was it the little
That's
Ryan that we
the
saw in the
worst.
picture?
I mean, not much
I
bigger.
don't want that to happen
With the
to
bad
him.
bowl cut.
All right, we're going to do thread theater because this is such a compelling thread theater, and I think it's important. It's an important one to do and then discuss afterwards. And I want to have a lot of time. Yes, Will?
Oh no, can I be cool?
Yes, you
yeah,
can
okay.
be cool.
Thank you.
Justin, you're breaking the show.
I just wanted
Don't
Will to
break the
react the
show,
same way to
Justin.
that one. The
Justin, you were my favorite until that happened, and now it's Jamie. I'm the worst person.
Can I be mad?
Your favorite is like different every.
Can I be
know.
mad?
That's what's so fun.
Wheezy, can I be mad puppy?
Yeah,
Mad
pick who
pu-
you want to be.
Mad puppy.
Just
I'll be
when
cool.
the part comes up, just yell it and then do the line.
I'll be young
This
Weezy.
is Thread Theater. I'm sorry I didn't give it a name. I meant to give it a name, but we'll just call it Bad Ideas. Not that I'm being judgmental about what Cool has to
Not
say.
that I'm judging, but I'm judging.
But yeah, I'm gonna be a little judgmental because I think that someone has low self-esteem. I really shouldn't have prefaced this with anything because I want you guys to just hear it. So we'll just call it Cool, starring Cool, and go ahead, Will. Thread Theater.
It's cool, actually.
Curtain up.
All right, it's gonna be a little tough to do without a straight face. Here goes. Okay, so all these guys want to hook up with me, and they think I'm too easy and stuff. We're texting, and they tell me they want to hook up with me, so I kind of say yes to like all of them. I don't know how to like make myself mysterious about it and like hard to get about it and stuff. Like what to say. My friend gave me advice to say no, and then like later in the year, she could get any guy she wants to hook up with her. So IDK, what to do? Help!
Mad Puppy?
Okay, listen. Do you want to hook up with them? If you don't actually want to, don't say yes. It doesn't sound like you're actually into that into the idea. You're just saying yes because I don't know why. But that's hard to tell from your post. Just, don't hook up with dudes if you don't really actually want to do that. If you do, then don't worry about being easy. Worry about being safe. I don't know how old you are, but if you're not old enough to deal with the possibility of pregnancy on your own, you shouldn't be having any sort of sex that could result in pregnancy. If you're not prepared to carry a child to term or get an abortion, both of which will suck, do not have sex. And if you're not in a steady relationship, use a condom for every single thing you do beyond kissing. Folks are getting HPV in their throats because they don't realize that it's possible. It's possible. Condoms are free at women's health clinics like Planned Parenthood. If you're not old enough to get one of those somehow, then I don't think being sexually active is a good idea at all. Other than that, I just think very critically about what you actually want to do. If, for whatever reason, you aren't 100% on board with any particular hookup, don't do it. Don't compromise on this. It has literally never ended well.
Devin, you want to be genie of knowledge? Because that's kind of what you are to me.
Well, only you. Stop putting out. For whatever reason, you're searching to feel loved through the act of sex, and it's not smart. You need to love yourself first before you can love anyone else, and it doesn't seem like you have a high sense of pride. Dig deeper. Why do you think this is? You always play hard to get. Never put out too soon. Girl rules 101.
Nikki, you want to be Mad Puppy?
I'm already Mad Puppy.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mad Puppy.
I like to talk wheezy. Don't take that away from me.
I do know that about you.
At Genie of Knowledge, man. Women can have casual sex if that's what they're into, as long as it is what they're into, and they're not doing it for any other reason. Telling women to wait to have sex for literally no reason other than because that's what women are supposed to do is sexist. No one tells men to play hard to get. It's a sexist double standard.
Nico,
Yeah,
are you me?
Yes. Girl, it's not sexist to No, I can't. It's not sexist to advise a woman to wait until she is in love to have sex with somebody special, and also to wait until she is over the age of 18. I advise exactly the same to boys and men. Sex is not tennis. There is meaning and responsibility that comes with it. Agreeing to hook up over text is very dangerous and reckless.
Yeah, I probably should have written more, but I had to go. So what we're talking about is two-tiered. First, it's this girl seems to believe that if she receives a lot of texts from boys saying, do you want to hook up, that
it's her obligation.
that either it's her obligation or it's like, yay, me, this many people find me attractive, and therefore I owe them access to my body. And then the other part of it is the double standard part of it, which we can get to later in the conversation. So go ahead, Montana.
Okay, first of all, I think we need to lay out what people mean by hookup, because every time I ask somebody, there's like a different definition. Like, these people think it means sex, but then I'll ask a friend, they're like, oh, it's just making out with somebody, or... And then there's the whole thing about the base system, and I don't understand baseball, and we need standardization, like governmental standardization of the bases.
Yeah,
and
we should
the
have
definition of hookup.
But the bases go the other way.
Petition Obama for it.
For you.
No, in baseball they go the other way.
Okay.
Did you learn that on SpongeBob?
Probably.
All those subliminal messages.
All right, so assuming that hookup means making out in something beyond second base, or just something where
Wait, what's second base?
Second base would be...
That's groping.
Would be
Is it? Because I heard...
The touching of
It's not?
breasts or things of that nature beyond kissing. I would say the second base is beyond kissing, right?
Fondling.
Can we agree on that? Even if we're not on any sporty squads at all, can we agree that the second base would involve more than kissing, but not maybe below the waist? Go ahead, Q.
So is hooking up, would it not be considered hooking up if you're just kissing but not touching each other?
I don't
Like,
know, but
awkwardly,
for
like-
the sake of this conversation, let's assume that she's being intimate with people she's not dating, just for the sake of this conversation.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if that's just tongue kissing, because if she's
Yeah.
not dating, why is she doing that with
Yeah.
people who have maybe talked to each other and said, yeah, you should hit her up, she's totally down? Because that's what I feel like is going on.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sam.
Okay, so I've been told this by my mother many times. Nothing to do with sex. But when my brother was born, I always wanted attention, right? But it was the wrong kind of attention. It's great to be complimented and feel wanted and have attention from people, including guys. Guys are idiots, but they're great. It's just the wrong kind of attention, and you're just asking for trouble, and you need to wake up and realize that your body... I'm going to get philosophical. Your body is your temple. You need to keep it sacred. And, make the right choices, because things you're going to regret later in life, and there's a lot more than just being texted by a guy and hooking up that will make you feel better about yourself. So,
You go.
I just didn't know where the what was that? She said something about playing hard to get, that guys don't have to do that. Like, that's literally a lot of what I do. So I don't know where that came from.
It's working. Part of what this says is like that, like if you act like you don't want to hook up with all 10 of the guys that texted you, that later on you'll get to hook up with all 10 of them. Trust me, any day of the week, any day of the month, any day of the year, you can hook up with any guy. It's
not any guy, but 10 guys. You can find.
But 10
you can
random
find 10
people
guys.
Some great our place
that,
advice.
that mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
The only thing that you get with not responding and saying yes, I will make out with you in a parking lot, is that if you would like someone to know you as a person, that's what you'll get. Anyone will take your body any day of the week. That's the sad fact of being a female. And so what Sam is saying is that you have to value the person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
The body that you are, you're attractive, and boys want to have access to your body, but they don't get access to your body unless they want to know you, the person. And that is the only thing that's going to make you feel good about yourself. So all these texts that you're getting, you can be complimented if people think you're attractive. But the correct answer is, I don't even know you. Mm-hmm. And you get to say that. Montana.
I don't know if she's asking this because she's like feels insecure about herself, or simply because she's just like maybe wants to explore and hasn't had experience with this. And so for that, I say like take like maybe your insecurities off the table, which is incredibly hard to do. But like, what are you going to get out of this? If you want to do this and hook up with a guy and then have it be nothing more, and if you're going to be comfortable with that and just do it just because, hey, why not? Then I guess do it if you want. Be safe. Make sure you're like 18 and capable and everything we always say on our place about it. But if it's because you want to, if you feel bad about yourself and you're doing it as like maybe a rebound to feel better about yourself, or because you don't think you could, well, that's absolutely not true. Like, you are valuable. That's why, I mean, obviously that's why these many guys will want to hook up with you, but ultimately it's what you want to do, and don't let anybody tell you, especially these guys, what to do, because their interests are also involved. And yeah.
Right,
That's
and
really good.
if you're going to talk about a double standard and whether or not it's fair for there to be a double standard, there is a double standard. The reason for that is that the female is the person who bears the child. So there will always be a double standard. There's more at risk for the girl in a sexual encounter than there is for the boy, although STDs exist for both. Go ahead, Kyo.
I think that as a female and as a person, you have the right to hook up with whoever you want and have it be just that if that's what you want. But at the same time, I don't think there are many people where that's actually true, like in their heart.
No, they want more, and they say, "Oh yes, it's just casual." Let's assume that everyone's an adult, because I really think this is highly unsafe for children to be engaging in random acts of sex. But let's assume that they're both over the age of 18. I just don't. I don't believe in friends with benefits. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't believe in pretending that sex is just recreational. I think there's always feelings involved, and you're lying to yourself or others if you're thinking that you can just do this because you're actually thinking this will get you the guy to he'll love you. Because if he's this attracted to me, why wouldn't he love you? Because that's how women think. We think I'm this attracted to him because I love him. But everyone doesn't always think the same. Boys have a different type of makeup slightly. Everyone ultimately wants love. Go ahead, Devin.
Yeah, I don't know of a lot of people that have ever woken up from a one night stand and been like, that was probably the best thing I've ever done to myself. And if they have, then those are people that you don't want to be around anyway. I mean, because those are the people who are, kind of sociopathic, I think, on a level. People who have no feelings and who can just physically give themselves up like that to somebody else. I mean, stay in school. Stay in relationships.
You have to remember, any person, especially in this kind of conversation, you are enough. You are so enough. It's unbelievable how enough you are. So you don't need the amount of guys to hook up with to somehow be, give me a word, proportional to how...
To her beauty.
Validate. Exactly. That's the word.
Self-confidence and all that.
And just know that getting a lot of texts from guys that want to hook up with you, it may feel like, let's say you're 14, it may feel like, oh wow, I could have any guy I want as a boyfriend. Well, why don't you think about which guy do you like as a boyfriend, and which guy do you want to get to know as a person, and value boys the way you would like to be valued. It's not hooking up doesn't lead to boyfriend. It's the other way around. First, it's friendship. That's what leads to boyfriend, and then friendship leads to mutual respect, and mutual respect leads to conversations where you discuss what are we going to be to each other, and at what rate are we going to grow up or experience intimacy, because there's so much at stake. And Nico, go ahead.
All right. Well, there's when you talk about random hookups like this, there's a lot of talk about the physical implications, but I'm glad you guys started talking about the emotional, because that's such an undermined thing in these sort of things. When you start having like this many hookups just randomly with people you barely know, it really undermines your idea of intimacy. It really makes you feel like if you're actually in a relationship later on, that it's not as important to be with that person intimately, and that's such an important thing to some people that it can destroy relationships, and it's just a horrible thing to see. I don't know a lot about sexism and everything, but either gender, if you're having like a lot of intimate moments with random people, it kind of
cheapens everything.
Exactly.
It cheapens all of it. Kyo.
Well, you kind of touched on it by saying either gender, but I wanted to make sure that I said this goes for guys too. If you're hooking up with girls and you think that it doesn't mean anything to you and that's all you're doing, and it's not because of any like emotional baggage or any insecurities, you're probably wrong. Like, I don't really believe you, at least, that it's just as simple as that.
I would have to agree with you. Any closing thoughts? We've got 2 more minutes for someone to be brilliant. Will?
Oh, well, I just have a final shout-out. I figured I would end it on this. Just want to say happy birthday and R.I.P. to the man Nate Dogg, one of hip-hop's finest. He also had, not only was he a great at verses, but he had a beautiful voice, and he's just a beautiful man. So I believe, died of cancer, really sad. But yeah, I just want to give a shout-out to him. It's his birthday, and yeah.
Happy birthday.
Go Nate Dogg.
Happy birthday. We have younger Devin, if you want to hold that up to him. We have younger Nikki. We don't have them scanned into our... You're going to have to walk up to the camera and really make it happen. This is
I'm
Devin.
younger me.
Oh yeah. You can also see Jeff Wormfeldman in that picture.
Ryan.
Hold it down a little bit. Down.
Ryan. There you go.
Okay.
Ryan, value your help.
All right, cut to Nikki's camera. Cut to Nikki's camera. It's me in a dress. Me in a
Ryan.
Lower. Oh.
He has my current hair.
Yeah, you look like Nico.
You look like Nico.
Yeah.
Still looks.
We're twinsies.
And you have the same name.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Everybody.
This is the best show ever. Oh wait, what does Olivia
Wait,
have?
she has a baby.
Oh, Baby Liv. Baby Liv. Oh my God, I know that kid. I totally know that kid.
Our place.
Thank you so much. We want to see your baby pictures up on your profiles. We will see you next week on Our Place Out Loud. Bye-bye, everybody.
I've been out there wandering. I've been in here wondering, hoping, reaching, wishing I could find my way. Then I found our place where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. I may look a little hazy and I may feel a little crazy. I'm sifting through confusion and I'm searching for solutions, and I know I'm answer bound, 'cause I found our place where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn